Hey guys, what's going on? Alright, we're going to get into this video, but before we go any further, please just do me a favor right now. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button with the notifications on, comment, share these videos with your friends and family, get it out there, it all helps. Alright guys, let's jump into this right now. We got Dax today. The Eminem, Jay-Z, classic song, classic beat, Renegade. He's going over it. He's freestyling over it, going crazy. I know I'm late to this one. I did the Houdini remix. Of course, I did the reaction to that. That video has gone crazy so far. Definitely the highest any Dax video has ever gotten on my channel. So I appreciate all you guys for checking that out. And yeah, hopefully you like this one too. So anyway, let's get into this right now. We got Dax Renegade. Here we go. So you know he's gotta go crazy. We know that's a lie, because he already rapped after this. So he might quit 50 years from now. Alright, go. Let's go. Here we go.
Yeah, game of life, I'm a king in every domain. Pawn me off to the matrix, I bet you I still reign. Storming through every beat, how I thunder and bring the pain. You would think a tornado hit, how I mix it up when I sang. Radiation from these Hollywood stars is causing a cancer. Keeping up with the Joneses and chains of paying your massa. Rap is a plantation, make you slave and demand you. Help them pick up the crop that they use to cook propaganda. Microdose through the media, poison mislead the youth. Make them believe this, thought they reality's been the truth. Watered down education, take the God out of schools. You worshiping idols to push political views. I'm a renegade for what I say, not what I wear. The car I drive and the money you think I got to spare. I'm called to duty, I'm modern with all my warfare. But I don't get paid by the devil, so when my million's there,
okay, hold on. Nope. Alright, we gotta go back. Alright guys, this is gonna be a long one. The whole thing is 5 minutes and a half, basically. And I mean, I'm gonna have to break it down. Basically, every line is a bar, pretty much, that needs to be analyzed. So here we go. If you don't like the pauses, I apologize. You can go watch the song. You can go to his page, which do that anyway, and give him a like if you haven't already. But you can go to his page and watch the video and listen to the song without being interrupted, without pausing. It's a reaction video. All right, if that bothers you, I'm sorry, but I'm going to give you my take on it.
yeah, game of life, I'm a king in every domain. Pawn me off to the matrix, I bet you I still reign.
I'm a king in every domain. Pawn me off, king, pawn, chess scheme. I'm a king in every domain. Pawn me off to the matrix. I bet you I still reign. And R-E-I-G-N, I reign like a king. A king reigns over his people. Now he's going with the whole rain, weather, storm scheme. A storm, weather. Oh my God.
Storming through every beat, how I thunder and bring the pain. You would think a tornado hit, how I mix it up when I sang. Radiation.
Tornado. Of course, a tornado, again, staying with the weather scheme, how I mix it up. A tornado is constantly turning. Radiation from these Hollywood stars, it's causing a cancer. Radiation causes cancer, of course, but the radiation you're getting from these Hollywood stars, how they're infecting the way you think, the way stuff is being pushed on people. So that's a cancer as well, a cancer to the mind.
From these Hollywood stars is causing a cancer. Keeping up with the Joneses and chains of paying your massa.
Why do I keep hearing that term, keeping up with the Joneses? What does that mean? I've heard that quite a bit in the last several weeks. What the hell does that term mean? Is it something to do with slavery, or is it like when you're being fooled by something? I don't know. I've heard that from quite a few rappers here lately.
Rap is a plantation, make you slave and demand you. Help them pick up the crop that they use to cook propaganda.
Sticking with the whole slavery scheme, you know, saying the master part, and then rap is a plantation, make you a slave and demand you. So they demand you do stuff for them, of course, like slaves were treated. It was demanded of them to work for free, to work for nothing. You know, crazy time.
Help them pick up the crop that they
help them pick up the crop. So of course slaves would be out in the field planting crops, obviously, lots of times. Help them pick up the crop that they use to cook propaganda. So you're planting crops, you cook with them later, because that can be used for food, obviously. to help them cook their propaganda that they use to cook their own propaganda, the stuff that they push on everybody in TV shows, movies, music, news, everything, social media, whatever you want to call it.
Use to cook propaganda, microdose through the media, poison, mislead the youth, make them believe this, thought they realities been the truth.
And you see this, the wavy type of picture back there. It starts to kind of wave around. It starts to bend. So bend the truth. And oh my God, crazy video going along with the words.
Make them believe this, thought they realities been the truth.
And reality is kind of, you know, just, it's like an alternate reality, like another timeline is kind of coming through the way it's moving back in the background. Crazy.
Watered down education, take the God out of schools, have you worshiping idols to push political views.
Do I even need to talk about that? Do I even need to say anything about that? Take the God out of schools. Take God out of schools is completely what they have done. False idols to worship. And what else did he say? Have them worshiping idols to push political views. Yep. Because look at the people. Look at, like, the politicians go and get celebrities. They go and get athletes a lot of times. People that could be considered idols, of course, you know, that people look up to, that people admire the hell out of. Nothing wrong with that. But they treat them like gods. They treat them like they basically worship them. So when they endorse a certain political party or a certain politician, then that gets a lot of the people that look up to them so much on board. And a lot of it is kids, of course, because they want to indoctrinate these kids into their political way of thinking. We know who he's talking about. Come on.
To push political views, I'm a renegade. For what I say, now what I wear, the car I drive and the money you think I got to spare. I'm called to duty, I'm modern with all my warfare.
I'm called to duty, I'm modern with all my warfare. Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, a video game, crazy. Nice flip there, but I'm called to duty. I'm called to duty. I got to do something. I'm modern with all my warfare. I'm not out here using guns. I'm not out here doing that kind of stuff. I'm modern with my warfare. I'm using my mind. I'm using my words to go to war. Woo!
But I don't get paid by the devil, so when my millions there, there's no gravity, weakness, or any atrophy. I invest in myself, my stocks rise and actually bonds for any atrophy. I invest in myself, the duty, I'm modern with all my warfare. But I don't get paid by the devil, so when my millions there.
I don't get paid by the devil, so when my millions air, millions air, when they get higher, when they stack higher and higher, okay?
There's no gravity, weakness, or any
air, gravity, there's no gravity, weakness, or any atrophy. Woo! So there, what is atrophy? Doesn't atrophy mean like breathing or something? So as high as I keep climbing, as my millions keep going, as I keep going up and up and up in the air, it's not going to cut off my breathing. It doesn't matter. I think that's what he said. Isn't atrophy something with breathing? Maybe I'm wrong on that. Let me know, please.
Atrophy, I invest in myself. My stocks rise and it actually bonds people together. I mutually fund humanity. Bank on DAX, it's tax-free to gas me. This new election got me pondering things inside my mind. I'm taking President Trump in the game while biding my time.
Okay.
They all want World War III, and I see all the signs, so I'm mad.
Trump in the game, biding my time. Of course, this is before Biden was gone and Kamala stepped in. But Trump in the game with naming the two presidents running, of course, naming the two candidates running.
My time. They all want World War III, and I see all the signs, so I'm mass shooting these bars. My columns bind, take your brain and free it, transport it to another place. Has your speech.
I'm sorry for the pauses. So I'm mass shooting these bars. My columns bind, like bars at like columns in like the Roman Colosseum and stuff like that. You've got literal columns in the stadiums, but my columns bind. And mass shooting, Columbine, the mass shooting back in 1999. Oh Lord, what is wrong with this guy?
Columns bind, take your brain and free it, transport it to another place. Has your speech free if you can't speak, if they disagree. I see OnlyFans models grossing hundreds of K's, but you get canceled for agreeing with Tristan and Andrew Tate. Atomic, a bomb like Oppenheimer. A stake in the game is a harsh reminder. The B5 cookers are Tristan and Andrew Tate. This is the case, but you if they disagree. I see OnlyFans models grossing, transport it to another place. Transport it to another place. Has your speech free if you can't speak, if they disagree.
How's your speech free if you can't speak if they disagree? Your speech is only free if you're saying the bullshit they want you to say, if you agree with the nonsense going on. If you say what they say, free speech. You can talk as much as you want. You go against them, you're canceled. They shut you up. They shut you off. It ain't free speech. There is no such thing as free speech unless you say, what they agree with.
Great. I see OnlyFans models grossing hundreds of K's, but you
Okay, OnlyFans models, it's gross, I think he's saying, for one, but grossing hundreds because they're grossing the money, they're getting the money, they're getting hundreds of K's, hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you get, and that's fine, that's accepted, but you get canceled, literally women showing everything on OnlyFans for whatever they get. I don't know how much they pay or how much they get paid or whatever, but like I've heard they make some good money. So hey, whatever, it is what it is. But you, and that's okay, and that's accepted by society, no problem. But you get canceled for agreeing with Tristan and Andrew Tate. Now I'll tell you right now, I don't know really a lot about those guys. I think they're brothers, but it seems like I heard recently that both of them were. There's some charges against them for something with children. So I don't know. This was before that, of course. This was like in the last week, I believe. I don't know the whole story. I don't know much about those two. I think that they're kind of right-wingers a little bit, or definitely fall on that side more. So obviously people, get on them a lot. You can't talk like that, of course. Like he was saying, you get canceled. And of course, if you agree with these people that talk right-wing stuff, you get canceled. But yeah, I'm not sure. Somebody let me know about those two. That's what I've heard, that they're that they fall on that side. But I mean, if they're messing with children, then they're definitely not. They're definitely not living like they're talking, if that's the case. But anyway, I don't know. I'm not even sure that was what the charges were. It seems like I heard that. I could be completely wrong. I don't know.
get canceled for agreeing with Tristan and Andrew Tate. Atomic, a bomb like Oppenheimer. Stake in the game is a harsh reminder. The beef I cook is the rarest kind. They label me major, but always minor. In the tactics and promotional styles I used to engage the masses. Running the game, but when I spaz, they blame it on lactic acid. Cause they know I'm automatic. I don't miss, they move the basket.
Okay.
They say I'm out of my mind, but I'm the one who's conscious rapping. My means avoiding, baby.
They say I'm out of my mind. They say I'm crazy, but I'm the one that's conscious rapping. I'm really using my mind. Conscious mind. Damn, I didn't even pick up on that the first time. But yeah, my mind, I am rapping. I'm a conscious rapper, meaning I'm talking about stuff that truly matters. I'm not out here talking about, drugs and killing people and stuff like that. I'm out here talking about political stuff. I'm out here, talking about things that are important to me. The government screwing us over, things like that. I am a conscious rapper. So double meaning there, nice.
Who's conscious rapping, living way below my means, avoiding baby mama advances, thinking for myself and not getting tricked into political stances. Dumb antics, trigger words, gaslighting or semantics. If America's printing money, then why the hell am I paying taxes? Global warming's real, detrimental and problematic, but I'm not buying an electric car because all they'll do is control and crash it like the market. First destroy the nuclear family, the women are easier targets. Call it toxic masculinity until they needed to fight the wars they started. Incentivize single motherhood, then promote it through the music department and call Dax trash and thought-provoking music.
This fool is out of his mind. He is out of his mind. But in the best way possible. He is out of his damn mind. I mean, first of all, let's go over this. If the government's printing money, then why the hell am I paying taxes? Why do they need our money when they're printing the shit? Why do they need anybody's money? First of all, they've got more than anybody could ever know what to do with. They have literal trillions. Every person in the government, the elites running the world, they have trillions of dollars. It's never enough, of course, because they always are wanting more. They're greedy. They're the most evil people on the earth, obviously. But, so if they're printing money, what do they need our money for? What do they need? Why do they need to rip everybody else off? Because they enjoy it. Because they're greedy. Because they get off on being evil. They're serving somebody, and we know who that is, obviously. So anyway,
taxes. Global warming's real, detrimental and problematic, but I'm not buying an electric car because all they'll do is control and crash it.
That's it. I would never buy an electric car. I don't care how much money I have. I don't even want a smart car. I don't even want one that has a GPS built in or anything. I want one that only I control, that doesn't have a computer system in it. Because anytime, whether they do it on purpose or whether it could just be a glitch in the whole system, that thing could just stop. Your brakes could go out. You could not be able to brake. That thing could accelerate to 100 miles an hour, 150 miles an hour, and you can't do a damn thing about it. You're trapped in there, and you're gone. And they could do that on purpose for whatever reason, or like I say, it could just be a glitch. I want something that I can control. Of course, I guess that could happen, in a car too, but it's not controlled by a computer system. It's manually operated. You're the one you have the main control of a, older type of car, of a non-smart car.
Like the stock market, first destroy the nuclear family.
All they do is crash it like the stock market. Everything they do is designed to ruin us, to ruin the world, to make them stay on top where they are. Crazy. He's talking.
Cause all they'll do is control and crash it like the stock market. First destroy the nuclear family. The women are easier targets. Call it toxic masculinity until they need it to fight the war.
Women are easier targets. You call that toxic masculinity. I hate that term so bad. If I hear it one more time, I swear. But anyway, so call it toxic masculinity until they need it to fight the wars they've started. So they don't need men. We hate men. We don't need men. We're just as powerful. We can do just as much. Which in some cases, okay. But then what about when you need help? Who do you call? Who do you call to get things going? To fund it maybe, or to whatever. At some point you need a man's help or men's help. Come on. So it's toxic masculinity until you need help. All right.
They started incentivized single motherhood, then promoted through the music department and called Dax trash and thought-provoking music, literal garbage. No wonder the youth are so lethargic, soft, easily influenced, lack stability, self-awareness, and guzzling Ritalin. ADHD is overdiagnosed. Kids don't lack focus. They've had an iPad since 2, and that algorithm's potent, but I'm off that.
So I hear so much about that too, that every time a kid is diagnosed, for one thing, they're diagnosing them at like 3, 4, 5 years old. That's way too early to even get a diagnosis on a damn kid. Every kid is different. If there's a problem, they diagnose them with ADHD, put them on Ritalin. They want them hooked on drugs from an early age. They want them to be poisoned in the mind controlled, to take these drugs, to keep taking drug after drug after drug from a young age. And the parents, they trust the system. They trust the drugs too, which is a shame. So they agree with what the doctors say. They take their word as God, basically. Like, why would they ever lie to us? Well, they lie to you because that's the whole point. To push medicine more and more and more so it never ends. So the cycle never breaks. But I wanted to talk about, kids don't lack focus. They've had an iPad since 2. I mean, come on. So they don't lack focus. They can focus on that stuff that's interesting to them, But ADHD's overdiagnosed. Yeah, and something happens with somebody getting paid every time a kid is diagnosed with ADHD or diagnosed with some kind of disorder. I think it's something about the medical board or the government, or there's payouts to a certain person every time they prescribe something to a child, every time a child is diagnosed with a certain disorder or whatever, many different disorders, any disorder. I think somebody's getting paid off each time. So of course they're gonna push for them to diagnose kid after kid after kid. They don't care if it hurts the kid. They want that money.
ADHD is overdiagnosed. Kids don't lack focus. They've had an iPad since 2, and that algorithm's potent. But I'm off that, switching gears. V12 with the bar stick, then I move shift, then I'm in the clear.
Switching gears.
Bay like the Buccaneers.
Woo!
With the flow, I'll put it in.
Tampa with the flow, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, nice. And I'm at Bay like the Buccaneers. Tampa with the flow. I'll put it in.
My controls approaching speeds of top 5 and potentially the GOAT. But no, for real, I just turned 30 years old.
Damn.
I've been beat down, stepped on, cheated on, and broke. I was invisible as And awoken to a lifestyle where I wish I had an invisibility cloak.
Oh yeah, that's his name. That's his actual name, Daniel. I was thinking of Daniel, like the one that slept in the lion's den from the Bible. He's mentioned him before too. But yeah, Daniel is his name. I was invisible as Daniel, it's just me, then became Dax and awoke. So I took on a whole other alter ego, a whole nother persona. Now I'm awoke. Now I awoke the sleeping giant, basically.
And awoken to a lifestyle where I wish I had an invisibility cloak.
But it comes with a price. So now he's famous. He wishes he could be invisible again like he was.
That's funny. Women like you more when you have money. I go stupid, but ain't no dummy. And I know if the cash flow stops, some of you wouldn't love me. And that's why I value respect. Cause you can love me and hurt me, but if you respect and fear losing me, you'll always second guess. Come correct. Return text in like 30 minutes or less. And make sure when you're around me, you always have good breath. Not manipulate me with sex, then divorce me cause you're not happy. And take half of my wealth and say you need to go find yourself. What the well, actually, I don't cuss cause I'm a Christian. Jesus died on the cross for my sins and I'm forgiven. These verses take you to church and help you.
Ooh, I know, I've heard him cuss before. Maybe that's a new thing he's taking on. But didn't he curse in Houdini, which came after this? I mean, you know, he could have recorded it first. I don't know. Whatever. I mean, cursing. Cursing. I mean, not to get off on a whole thing here, but I mean, who was it that said some words are bad and some words are good? I mean, it's all invented by people, just regular people like you and me. I mean, so who are people to say that this is a curse word? This is a word that should not be said. You know, these are acceptable words. These are curse words, bad words. I mean, now, of course, we think of them that way because we've been taught that our whole lives. And that's been going on for hundreds of years, obviously, or more. But I mean, did God say this? I mean, unless it came from him, it's not, I mean, it's just languages that people create. So they're the ones coming up with this. They have no authority to make to say that these words are bad and these words are good, but whatever. I mean, yeah, I get what he's saying though. So
the cross for my sins and I'm forgiven. These verses take you to church and help you with mental illness. That's why I don't call it music. I call this here a religion. That's why I'm taking rap. The religion's being abused. Rap used to tell a story and now it's all for the views. I look around at the world, turn on the TV and news, and it feels like I'm on the Truman Show. So what do? I go to the gym and carry the heaviest weight. Building up my strength.
Okay. Oh my God. Of course, The Truman Show is a Jim Carrey movie, which I'm just now, I watched it way back, but I didn't realize how much meaning it really had, how so much truth was in that movie. I'm watching it actually right now. I haven't finished it again yet, but yeah, I'm really watching it with a different mindset this time. So anyway, on the TV news, and it feels like I'm on the Truman Show. So I'm just, yeah, I'm on it. So the whole premise of the Truman Show, if you haven't ever seen it, is Jim Carrey, you know, he plays the guy, whatever, something Truman. Truman's his last name. So, and he just thinks he's living his life, you know. He's just living an everyday life, married, you know, going to work, coming home. But everybody around him is in on it, and it's actually a TV show about his life, but he doesn't know that he's on a TV show. He doesn't know that everybody can watch him all the time. His whole life is being broadcast as a TV show. It's crazy premise to it. But anyway.
TV and news, and it feels like I'm on the Truman Show. So what do? I go to the gym and carry the heaviest weight.
I go to the gym, GYM, and carry the heaviest weight. Jim Carrey, the actor, of course. Okay.
I can find building up my strength, that's sharpening my mind. With books like the Bible, I could run for miles. I tore a hole in my sneakers, trying to lead.
I could rhyme 4 miles. I could, Quran, of course.
For miles, but I tore a hole in my sneakers.
Wait a minute.
Run for miles, but I tore
I could run for miles. So ran, is that what he's saying? Or could rhyme for miles? But anyway, he's flipping it with Quran to make it sound a certain way. Yeah, Bible, Quran, the holy books, of course. But I tore a hole in my sneakers. I Torah, 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 the Judaism book that they follow, which is basically just the Old Testament of the Bible. Okay. tore a hole in my sneakers trying to lead the
A hole in
blind.
my sneakers, trying to lead the
Trying to lead the blind, the ones that aren't seeing the truth about the world, about the government, about everything going on. He's trying to let you know. He's trying to lead the ones that are blind, not literally blind, but just blind to the fact of what's going on, that don't see what's really happening out there. Crazy. All right, Dax, let's go.
Trying to lift the weight that's pulling down mankind, trying to spark a change in this darkness. Now I feel heartless. I gave
No.
me that made me this monster who vomits the truth regardless.
Eminem flow on the way I am. I sit back with this pack of zigzag and this weed. It gives me the shit needed to be the most meanest MC on this earth. He's going crazy.
Me that made me this monster who vomits the truth regardless of what the mainstream wants. I pop culture with each and every song.
Damn.
The devil's dancing, I will not fall.
Hold on, I pop culture. I pop it. I pop holes in it. I shoot it down. But pop culture, of course, pop culture is what's popular right now.
Every song, the devil's dancing, I will not follow along. I rebuke him with every lyrical concept as a response. From Matthew to Mark to Luke to Genesis back to John. I say King James, these kids think I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
Travel to every country abroad and disperse heat. May God have mercy on those trying to hurt me. And if I travel to every James, these kids think I'm Genesis back to John.
We gotta rewind that. I love that.
Dancing, I will not follow along. I rebuke him with every lyrical.
The devil's dancing. The devil's now. I don't think he's talking about the actual devil there, because it said devils. The devil's dance. I mean, it could be, of course, he's the devil is dancing. He's happy. I mean, it could be a double, but devils, meaning devils like people, politicians, people that are controlled by the devil, Satan himself. They are dancing. They are happy. They are dancing in a line. They are just following along. He's not going to follow along. Crazy. Talk.
I will not follow along or rebuke.
Oh, he is talking about the devil. I'm sorry. I didn't even pay attention to the next line. I rebuke him with every thought or something, whatever he says next. Yeah, I rebuke him. So he is talking about the actual devil, whatever. I thought it could maybe mean a double, but anyway.
Every lyrical concept as a response from Matthew to...
With every lyrical concept as a response to him trying to get to me. Every lyrical thing I throw out, every song I make is a chance to rebuke him. Oh my God, what is wrong with this guy? I love it. Talk. Let's go.
Mark to Luke to Genesis back to John. I say King...
Naming books of the Bible to Genesis back to John. I say King James and they think I'm talking about LeBron. King James, LeBron James, not the King James Bible, the one true book. Come on.
James, these kids think I'm talking about LeBron. I could leave land and travel to every country abroad and just...
Cleveland, who LeBron James played for years, of course.
LeBron, I could leave land and travel to every country abroad and disperse heat. May God have mercy on those trying to hurt me.
Yeah.
And if I'm not worthy of bearing this cross, I pray I fall off and get a regular job. Back when nobody called, back when happiness wasn't fleeting, even though I was barely eating and couldn't even afford to be in my feelings of politic with you heathens. Have anxiety, thoughts of depression, or barely breathing. Mama told me this life is a test.
Okay, Tupac flow. Yep. Damn. All right. He got a nice little Tupac flow going.
Back when nobody called, back when happiness wasn't fleeting, even though I was barely eating and couldn't even afford to be in my feelings of politic with you heathens. Have anxiety,
right there.
Thoughts of depression, or barely breathing.
Yeah.
Mama told me this life is a test. Most people cheating, looking at others' papers, copying and agreeing, using makeup to cover up scars.
God, most people are cheating, copying off people's papers. So literally, the literal meaning of that, like in school, of course, you look at the smart kid next to you, you might copy off his paper, but also people in the world are just cheating. They're trying to get ahead by cheating. They're just copying what other people are doing, what they see them doing, what they see them saying. So they go and regurgitate it and repeat it and act that same way. That could mean rappers. That could mean athletes. That could mean people, politicians, whatever. Anybody famous, anybody that's trying to get ahead, or just people trying to go along with the trends and just be accepted and be cool. Even not famous people. so much. You know, they just see what other people are doing, what the majority is doing, so they go along with the masses, and they're cheating. They're copying off their work, copying off their paper, what script they're following. This guy's a lyrical genius. And people hate this guy. People think he is trash. I got comments in the Houdini remix calling him garbage. What are you listening to? How can you not appreciate this guy?
People cheating, looking at others' papers, copying and agreeing, using makeup to cover up scars.
Yep. To pretend you're using makeup, like not literally makeup, but you're putting on a fake face. Basically, you're hiding behind a mask, which women, of course, will cover up scars, bruises, literal bruises from being, from being, battered. I was trying to think of a word. I couldn't think of a word to say. From being abused. There you go. My mind went blank. Sorry, but yeah, when they are in an abusive relationship, when they get hit, smacked, whatever terrible thing happens to them, which is terrible, unacceptable in every way, they'll put makeup on to cover the bruises. And I think he's saying here, people put on a disguise, not literal makeup necessarily. But I mean, it's a double. It can mean both. But people put on a mask, basically. Not a literal mask, but just and pretend to be something they are not, to cover up the hurt that they feel for whatever reason. All right. So yeah, very clever wordplay here.
I know there's papers, copying and agreeing, using makeup to cover up scars and adhesions, masking pain with addictions, using it to fight demons, watching porn and allowing these women to be a weakness, getting naked for money and sucking guzzling semen, and in the midst of a preaching, I hit my knees in agreement, understood the assignment, expectations and reasons. Hollywood's Babylon and the hill right underneath. It's the reason they feel the need to proceed and reject.
Oh my!
Regardless if you believe it, money, power, and fame corrupts morality standards, mutes and muddies the brain. I've seen it for myself.
So that was he kept with the Tupac flow there a little bit. All right. Or did he ever stop? Or did I just pause it too much and now I don't remember where he left off? I'm sorry. But anyway, this was crazy right here. All right.
Using it to fight demons, watching porn and allowing these women to be a weakness, and getting naked for money and sucking guzzling semen. And in the midst of a preaching, I hit my knees in agreement, understood the assignment.
This guy, he feels like he has been called from God Almighty to spread this message. And I mean, how could that not be true? How could that be false? He's telling the truth 100%. Of course he's called. Keep letting them know. Hollywood's Babylon. Woo! Hollywood's Babylon, the hell right underneath it. That's the reason they feel the need to proceed, to keep going with their evilness and reject Jesus. What do they do? In every TV show, in every movie, what's in it? What's in it? Perversion, witchcraft, everything that goes against God. The perversion for sure. And you know what I'm talking about. I mean, just think of something that's in every single movie, every single TV show that you've watched in about the last 5 years or more. And you know exactly what kind of perversion I'm talking about.
Jesus, regardless if you believe it, money, power, and fame corrupts morality standards, mutes and muddies the brain. I've seen it for myself, held and pushed it away.
Okay.
Spoke the ugly truth, turned to a renegade.
Woo! Damn. He killed that. He killed that. I know this was a long reaction, guys. I'm sorry. But he has a lot to say, and I had a lot to say. Crazy beat. Classic, crazy beat. And he did it justice for sure. Wow. Well done. Well done. He spoke on everything. He spoke on the government. He spoke on Hollywood. He spoke on the... I got nothing to say. I can't add to it. What more can I add that he didn't already say? All right, guys, go give Dax a like. I'll link the video in the comment. Link his page. Yeah, go give him a subscribe, follow, whatever you want to call it. He deserves it. But anyway, yeah, let me know what you thought of this. This was crazy. Well done. Excellent. I have nothing bad to say at all. Stop playing with this guy and start showing this guy the respect he deserves. I don't know how people hate this guy or don't think he's one of the best right now. As far as I'm concerned, he's one of the top rappers right now in the world. I don't care what anybody says, but anyway, all right. Let me know what you think. Appreciate you watching. Thanks to God as always. That's a message right from God. I mean, that was hard. That was tough. All right. Anyway, do your thing. All right. I am gone, guys. Love you guys. Stay safe out there.